Hi, I'm making this video to try to explain what is mantra and what is a Vajrayana practice related to reciting a text and these other forms that are practiced in the Vajrayana because these are not really understood properly. This can be misinterpreted uh, uh, because it's not understood. People don't know what it is, and they think it's just without any substance or without meaning. But it has a deep meaning, um, and basically, this is related to what you would call a semiotic force. Uh, this is a religious purposes, and so it should not be misinterpreted or misunderstood. Um, the mantra or the text uh, is a connection through the history, which will connect us directly to the mind of the person who transmits the mantra or who transmits the text. And through this connection, establishing this connection, we are directly connecting to an enlightened mind, and these practices are very reliable, and they've shown results consistently in everyone who practices them. And so there's no question about the effectiveness. Then there is a little bit of a difference between the transmitted and the received empowerment of the mantra and simply reciting a mantra that you see, um, for example, in a text, um, because the connection might not be as strongly connected. And then there is a difference and in strength, and because of that, if you haven't directly received the empowerment for a mantra, then you would have to practice it as an external form, and just thinking of the deity externally, until when that connection becomes more established, then through repetition. And again, this repetition of the mantra it's developing an aggregate uh, of the mantra connection, and that is called the Bodhi seed. This is an enlightened consciousness that keeps growing with the practice of the mantra. And so we keep growing this enlightened consciousness through our Vajrayana practices, and there is sometimes standards for how many mantras to count, like 100,000 or million mantras. And then in that kind of aggregate, you will see certain levels of realization. But again, here, it depends on how strong the connection is. With very pure devotion, then this will connect us more strongly um, to the lineage. And if we can have no doubts, then this will also be a stronger connection. And then also through practice. So there are these three levels of realization, which are dispelling doubts uh, through education or teachings, and then through practice, and then also through devotion or through the lineage tree. And this is how the enlightened mind becomes established. It will become established through the teachings, the practices, and the devotion. Um, for example, if someone is more predisposed towards doubts, then naturally they wouldn't be inclined towards dispelling those doubts or coming out of confusion. And often that requires a kind of help. In this sense, it's coming from a philosophical or a education level. And as long as we keep learning, then eventually we can come to understand this realization, which is embodied by what's called the prajna paramita, or the perfection of wisdom. And that comes basically through the understanding that we should not cling to a viewpoint or to a perspective. Um, and that's basically has two features. One of those is the realization of emptiness, which that this is awareness without an object, and then the realization of concentration, which is the bliss of a bliss element of a knowing quality. Um, so the knowledge can be clear, but we should not cling to the viewpoint. Anytime there's a clinging that's established through this knowledge or clinging to viewpoint, then this bliss feature will fall away, and it becomes a disturbing emotion. And this is called discussion. Then the Pyrrhonist skeptics were very keen on addressing these disputes, and they understood this quality of emptiness as a form of tranquility or ataraxia. And so there are 5 modes of suspending judgment as towards the truth of a statement. And here, what is meant by truth really has to do with the clarity and the bliss element of the knowledge. If a knowledge is clear, and if it contains an element of bliss, then the meaning of that knowledge can be transmitted. But if the knowledge is if the knowledge is conveyed through afflictive emotion, then it's not possible to convey the meaning of a statement. Uh, all this is doing is understanding refutation. So what is it that we should refute is this clinging to viewpoint. Um, and in any case, that can happen. And the reason we should refute it is because we need to preserve the histories in any case. And preserving the histories of knowledge or historical developments of knowledge is a way of seeing that for every kind of knowledge that arises, there is a reason that it's there. There's a cause for that, and not that we should say that it's necessarily true or false, but just that there's a reason for the knowledge, there's a reason for the viewpoint. It's simply cause and effect, and that's the way of understanding it. If we try to understand things in terms of binary logic, like true and false, what will happen is that it will cause these cognitive distortions in our understanding because of the one basic, it's a very basic thing actually in the mind, which is this paradox of the binary logic, which is allocated to a knowledge space. So everyone should be well aware of this, and we have to keep teaching it, but conceptually, this is being free from this exclusive or statement, and that is allowing for some level of ambiguity and conceptuality in what we're doing, and simply if there is a structure there, then of course you might say, well, what is the structure? And that is simply the causes and conditions for the concept, and that's all for now.